Hey buddies and gals, today we're gonna do a Assassin's Creed protagonist video. Obviously, with this protagonist tier list video, obviously, I decided to put all the protagonists that I can get from Assassin's Creed, all the Assassin's Creeds, besides the Chronicle games. I don't really care about those. However, I will also do my opinion on each protagonist and also the ones that I have not even actually played as yet. However, it doesn't really matter to me. And how I can explain each protagonist in my own mind. So starting off with Ezio. Ezio is going to go automatically in S tier. Ezio is one of the best Assassin's Creed characters ever. He is the best protagonist ever. He will, hands down, always be the best protagonist. I loved him as a character. He had 3 friggin' games, more than any other Assassin's Creed protagonist ever. I mean, Altair's had 2, technically, so yeah, he's had 2. Um, all the other characters never had a second game, really. No, I don't think so. So, also, we're going to be putting other characters. So, who should we start with next? Friggin' Desmond. I actually would have put it at Desmond in S tier, but what held me back was, sometimes he's not like always the best. He's the best modern day character, but he's not up there with Ezio. Ezio was his best ancestor, but Desmond was an A tier as he deserves. He's close, but he's not that close. Desmond was a great character, and it's unfortunate they killed him off. I really wanted him to. I really loved him a lot. Great character. He was great for the modern day. He actually, like, what I liked about Desmond was that he grew along in the story. Like, he went from being like, I'm not an assassin, to being like, I'm an assassin. At the end of it, especially at 3, he ends up killing people. Even though in 2 he did, but then in 3 he just went, he went from being what he was from 3 to the first game, and it's just insane seeing how much progress he made throughout months, and within months of that of him being, went from being like, even it's like his character grew in months, like it grew on him, and obviously, there's so much to say about him. But I'm also going to be putting Edward as well, an A as well, because Edward was a really good character. Like, man, he was kind of similar to Desmond, except that when you start the game, he was a pirate, and then in the end of the game, or at least close to it, he became an assassin. He was more of an assassin at this point, and obviously, I see him grow as a character too. Especially, I really really like with Assassin's Creed games is that I see is character development. I like that because obviously I want to see the characters grow as they get older throughout the years in those games, and especially during those events, and that makes more sense. And obviously, I'm gonna also put in here is a Templar, aka Shay Patrick Cormac. Obviously, Shay Patrick Cormac was a really good character. I really like his story too, but it wasn't as long as Edward's. And obviously, I like that he became a Templar, and it was the first Assassin's Creed game where you play as a Templar. That is something I liked about this game. It was obviously there was things that I liked about it, and there was a lot of things I liked about it. Even though it was a clone to Black Flag, however, I really was able to upgrade the Morgan a lot more, quicker when it comes to the banking system. Like, it reminded me of Assassin's Creed 2 again, and obviously that's what I kind of felt. But well, yeah, I guess I would see Assassin's Creed and 2 and the Brotherhood and Revelations where they have your own baking system and stuff. And also, Unity also tried to do that too. But it just wasn't really that close. However, Shay I really liked Shay's character development as well. Very good. I'm gonna put Jacob Fry's character to D because, well, he's kind of close. He kind of sucks. The thing is, I didn't really like his character very that much. I mean, he probably didn't get to play. I don't think you got to play as him in the Jack the Ripper DLC, but whatever. He wasn't really that good of a protagonist compared to his twin, as well. His twin Evie, which I actually like her a little bit more. Kind of gives me that kind of real life connection with my older sister who's dating an Indian guy, so that also is what makes me makes me remind me of Evie and her assassin's friend. I don't remember what the guy's name anyway, so I don't remember that. But obviously, if I would actually put her probably somewhere else, and I probably put her to probably I'll put her in B tier because just actually no, she'd go to C tier. I mean, she's actually quite a bit better than her brother. And obviously, it kind of gives that real life connection to. So next up is Haven. Haven. I mean, he's an antagonist, but he's also protagonist because you get to play him for 3 sequences. Now, Haven is not a bad character especially for a villain. Who you also get to. He's also not the first. You know what? Actually, Shay's not the first Templar you get to play as. I mean, it's Haven, obviously, but you didn't get to play. You get to play more with Shay though than Haven. Haven was a good character. Haven was a really good character, but what I really he was very interesting. At times where I really liked when he and Shay were working together. I really liked that, and I really like that chemistry between the two of them. It gets so much interesting. Rogue, really liked Rogue as well. I probably would say it's not as bad as I think it is. I think it would be B or A tier, at this point for me. But literally, I think, but like Rogue kind of grew on me as well because the more I was playing Rogue, the more I really enjoyed it, and I spent a lot more time just collecting all the stuff. But obviously, I think next character we're gonna put is Bayek. Bayek is a B tier. He's good. He's good. He's also kind of in the same. He's one of those characters that was like, I was like, wow, this guy's. It's really cool to play as an Egyptian. I also like that. I like his story as well. I played so much of the game because of him, obviously, because he was the last Medjay. I really just enjoyed his character for whatever reason. Like, I liked the game a lot, too, because it was a good game. I liked it more than Odyssey, obviously. I have to say things about it. I mean, even though people like that game, I actually don't. Okay, so, because it felt different from the Assassin's Creed games. And obviously you could tell that in these pictures that you could see, all you're just looking at is their crotches or whatever, not all of them, but, I'm going to put, obviously, the modern protagonist, Layla from Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. She's just, for me, I mean, she's kind of like Desmond, but more female. However, she's not related to those ancestors that we see in those anime. It feels like it's like the huge difference between Desmond and her character. Obviously, but she's older than Desmond by a few years. And I just don't really like. I don't mind her as a character. I just don't really like her as much as Desmond because Desmond was my favorite character. Next up is Alexios. I think Alexios is kind of trash because his character. I liked his character, but he's just not really a main. He's kind of actually, no, I shouldn't even say he's a protagonist, but he was a good character. Just I actually kind of find it. He just wasn't that great. It just Cassandra is kind of like the more of the focus of the series because She's like the main protagonist that you can go with, not Lexios, because Lexios is kind of like the opposite. But if you go with her, it's like the correct version of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and if you get Alexia, it's kind of the way around. So, but her, like, if you play as her, then it's like you get the right endings and stuff. You get the right, and obviously that's what makes sense. Obviously, but I'm gonna put her. Yeah, I want to put her in C tier. Like, she's average. Like, she's okay as a character. Next up is Connor. I don't know where I want to put him because this is really tough. His attitude as a character is not really that great. He does kind of. He doesn't really like grow. He doesn't really grow at all throughout Assassin's Creed 3. He doesn't really grow at all. He just stays the same with his attitude and stuff. So honestly, I think I would just put him in friggin' C. I don't know. Like, the problem, like, I like his character arc, but I don't really like that. Okay, the main issue with him is his attitude, and also the problem with him was also his character development, where how he grows in the game, obviously. But I just think he should go in a B. He's an okay character. He's not that great, but he would go in B tier. He's kind of a good, decent character. I'll put what's her face? I can't remember from Louisiana, but I can't really say her name very well. I'll just put her in D because I haven't even played her game yet. Next up is Adewale. I forgot the other assassins in here. I think that's Arno right here. That's Arno. This is Adewale. I'm gonna put Adewale in trash because the thing is with Adewale, you don't get to play him as much. The only thing he was like the one protagonist that you only get to play for DLC only. But he wasn't like, you get to see him in Black Flag, and you see him grow as well as a character. But you also get to see him in Rogue, and you get to kill him off. You know what? Killing him off was a good thing to do, but obviously, his character arc wasn't really that great. He felt like a background character for most of the series than in his DLC. So for me, that's why I put him in trash. That's why. Arno's tough to put at. I really like Arno, but he's trying to make the Arno's character. It's like he has to deal with forbidden love. Then he loses his love interest at the end of the game, and obviously his love interest is a Templar, and it's really hard to put him. So I might say B because he suffers, just like we all suffer as humans, and I really do understand because we lose someone we love, and eventually it takes a while for him to come back from that. It really does. And obviously I could see him as an example, as he's one of those characters that has lost some things in his life. Even his own father, because Shay killed him, which is also a spoiler. So obviously, I really, really think Arno was an okay character. He had a good story arc, but he had a really interesting, Phantom Blade and stuff too, which I really find it very interesting. And obviously, for the last character is Aya. I think with her, I mean, she's just, you get to play as her in Origins as well. But I wasn't really a fan of her, so kind of just, I'll put her in C as well. Just because she wasn't really that horrible. Man, she was kind of average in terms of characters. Like, she was a background character as well too, but you get to play as her a couple times or whatever, probably even more than Bayek, maybe, I don't know. But all in all, I want to say is that obviously I can think about all these characters and what I have to say about them, but equally, I think that's gonna do it for this tier list video. So hope you guys enjoy, And I'll see you guys for another tier list video, which involves antagonists for Assassin's Creed.